capture, we got game capture, which could probably be turned up a bit. Let's see. Yeah, we could probably turn game capture all the way up. Why is WoW's music so low? Let's put that back down, and then let's figure out why WoW is so quiet. Oh, maybe it's... I think I have it set quiet. Where's my audio? Down there. I'll turn it up a little bit. And then we'll do the normal streamy things. I keep forgetting that I am... that this will post to YouTube as a replay. And so I'm used to, when I'm streaming here in the very beginning, just kind of like, you know, messing around because nobody's watching yet, you know? So it doesn't really matter. But the last couple times that I've done this, I've been uploading to YouTube, so it automatically records it and uploads it as a replay, or a VOD or whatever. But it uploads the replay, and so that people can watch it. So if you're watching this now, hello. It means I didn't delete it, which I may very well do. So if you're watching this, I didn't delete it. But yeah, so I'm getting used to talking, or I'm needing to get used to talking in the beginning, even if there's nobody around, because of the fact that people may be watching the replay. I know I'm just sitting here right now. So unless there are a lot of things that I could be doing differently when I am setting things up, it doesn't seem like I can get everything working perfectly until I'm actually already live. Which means that this first part, that usually I'm not recording because I'm just, you know, streaming, I can sit here and mess around and make sure that my sound's good and make sure that I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube correctly and all that kind of stuff. Well, before it was just streaming to Twitch correctly. But now that I am also streaming to YouTube, I've got to make sure I'm streaming there correctly as well. And it's just a lot to mess with, but I can only do it after I go live, as far as I can tell. And that means that I have to sit here with my character just not moving and not doing anything while I go and check on everything. So I've got the YouTube chat up now, as though I'm going to have anybody come in there. I did have, for the last one, which I did end up deleting, I had the viewer count up like this, so you can see up in the top left corner. And I had that open the whole time, and it was just on 0 the entire time. And I was like, maybe I just shouldn't keep that open, because that's just embarrassing. It wasn't even on 1 last time. I assume that the 1 is stream elements, because that seems to be what happens sometimes, is that it'll say there's like 1 person there, and it'll actually just be stream elements. So if you are a real person, then, you know, say hi and whatnot. But I'm assuming it is not. Alright, so I've got my YouTube chat showing. Now I need to make sure I have my actual, like, Twitch chat showing. Bear with me for a moment. I can't think and talk at the same time. And I'm trying to make sure that this is actually showing my Twitch chat, because it's not looking like it is. Maybe it is. Alright. Well, I'll stress about it if we get more people that show up in the stream and I'm not seeing anybody talk about anything. But until or unless that happens, I'm just going to call it good. And have these here. Okay. So I'm in Crystal Song Forest. I actually just recorded a video about how I think this is one of the best Coldwind lumber farms. I think not even one of them. I think this is the best Coldwind lumber farm. Look, even while I was just sitting here, we got another spawn. There's so many lumber spawns here. It's so close together. There's so many trees. And by the time that you just do one small loop, I'm not even looping the entire area. I'm just going through like this forest area. And by the time that I've gone through once, there will be a bunch more spawns. I say that, and right now there's not a single one showing, but I assure you. Oh, there's one. Anyway, I was doing this because I am going to go and make a couple of things because I want to try something out and I needed more lumber in order to do that. And then I decided that I was going to just start streaming so that if anybody was going to join, there was time for them to join while I was doing these other things. So again, I don't know if I'm going to leave the replay up or not, because of the fact that I was kind of not really planning on getting started right away. Like getting started with the housing build, which is really what I was making the stream for, is to show me working on my vampire mansion. Trying to work on it. I don't have a set plan yet. Like, I have an idea. I know a lot of the elements I plan to use, but I don't have a distinct plan for how to accomplish my goals. So it's going to be a lot of experimenting. It's not going to be like one of those videos where it's like, let me show you my Silver Moon build, and then you just sit there and watch them perfectly play. Sorry, I have hiccups. I get hiccups when like every single time I stream. I have no idea why. I'm also still sick, so that's not helping. So yeah, I wasn't like burping or I don't know what, but that was what the stiltedness was, is that I get little dumb hiccups. Oh, it's, what was it? I think it was Sand Lane Blood Orb. Okay, so I have enough Coldwood lumber to make 2. I just need to buy the materials. Did that have a comma in it? Sand Lane Blood Orb. It did have a comma in it. Actually, it doesn't even matter because I'm just going to pull it up here anyway. Blood. Alright, let's just do decor. I pulled up the wrong one. There we go. So we need 3 Frost Lotus. So we're going to do 6 because I want to make 2 of these. 8 Eternal Shadow. And 20 Lich Bloom. Alright, we can make 2 now. And it'll add to my house. XP, yay. And then we're going to check auctions real quick, because I know I've been undercut on like everything. Oh, not as many things as I thought. Oh, I have another Sandlane Blood Orb up. I didn't think I hadn't made one yet, but I guess I have. Fire Bloom Red Dye. Don't mind me. I'm just doing quick checks. Do I have Timberwall listed? I don't. Alright. The prices are going up tonight. Alright, I think that's all the ones I'm going to worry about right now. I'm not going to go like make any new ones or anything. Alright, let's head to our house. I'm not going to be streaming that long this time because I have to go get my puppy from doggy day camp in like 45 minutes. I should actually probably set an alarm because I can't be late. I know I probably should have gone to pick him up first, but that's alright. I knew I didn't want to stream that long anyway. Alright, we'll set it for 40 minutes from now. That'll give me time to get my shoes on and stuff and head out the door. I knew I didn't want to go that long anyway right now, so. So I have this set up right now in a way that I think is going to best facilitate the look I'm going for. I want these windows to show through my build, and I want to use these. I want to use as much of the existing structure as I can while giving it the creepy look that I want. So that's why I've built it this way. The glowing stuff I want to be able to be visible as much as possible, but we'll see. Alright, so we can use our blood orbs. How much do they glow? Pretty well, actually. And then the other thing I wanted to see was these anima canisters and how much they were going to glow. So the blood orbs glow a lot stronger, but the anima orbs are a lot redder. The anima orbs are more along the lines of the color that I want. But they'll both definitely be used as part of this build. Do I have any more Venthyr things? Tomb of Unforgiven Sins. I need more Venthyr stuff. I don't actually even know if there is a lot of Venthyr stuff. Let me pull up a browser window and you guys can look with me. You just added a browser source. Yes, yes, I know. Oh, you know what? I don't want the browser because I don't know how to use it, honestly. What I want is just like a window capture. Yeah. There we go. That is the exact window I wanted to capture, in fact. So this is something that I was looking at. I've got a few different ones kind of up in different tabs of inspiration photos or builds or whatever. That's really pretty. I always get sidetracked when I click on builds. Let's look at this though. Wow. That is gorgeous. How did they do that? I legitimately, so I know how they did this, but I don't know how they did the kind of blue, purple stuff. Wow, that looks amazing. All right, let's see what they used. So I knew that they used the trellis. What did the dark portal do? Is that where we're getting... Oh, that is... Okay. So that's where we're getting the blue, purple and stuff. It's the center of the dark portal. And so that's why you can see this green stuff on the edge, is because it's the edge of the dark portal. Wow, that's a crazy good idea. That's really cool. People are so, like, creative. And then this is where we're getting the snow from. Yeah, really gorgeous. Really well done. Absolutely love that. We'll give that a little heart. Okay, we got distracted, as we do on this channel. All right, so I want to see if there's more vent there stuff. Bejeweled chalice. No, I want more like decor. I want the whole Venthyr vibe. What else would it be called? Alright, let's see. Sand lane stuff. That's the only sand lane thing. Really? What about blood? Oh, it's gonna give us like all the blood elf things. I just realized, yeah. And there's so many blood elf things, so that's not gonna do me a lot of good. What if I do just reds? Still gonna give me a million blood elf things, but let's see what we can get. One of those wine bottles for sure. We'll need these drapes. I want these, but they're not available yet. These are midnight specific. Actually, let's change this to, where is the option? Early access. Early access only. That is not a lot of things. Darn, that even took away the curtains. This, though, we're going to need that. I'll definitely need this Indori sleeper because... not because I'm going to make that a bed, but because I want the curtains. Do you think that... here, let's clear this. Do you think that in Midnight they're going to finally give us water? Because people have been doing so many creative things to simulate water. And I am just curious if the developers are going to go, okay, they really, really, really want flowing water. So let's just give them flowing water. You know, like, seems like the thing to do. I don't know. If it was me, I would just be like, okay, let's not make them continue to go through all these hoops just to get some water that looks like it's moving. All right, back here. So where to begin? Oh, actually, I want to look at this more closely now that we saw that person use use it that way. They must have used, so we saw that they had that drape, and I was kind of trying to figure out where they used it in their build. They must have used it maybe in front of this. Was it a transparent drape? Because this itself is not purpley on either side. So I think the drape is what made it change color. Now I'm actually super curious. So now we're actually going to go look again. Hopefully we can just go back. Oh, no, it's right there. Although I have seen a few times where they like color hue changed their videos, and it looks like they may have done that. Like they increased the saturation, changed the color tones, and it's looking like they may have done that. I don't think they should be allowed to do that, to be honest. Like, you're not showing off your build, you're showing off your Photoshop skills at that point. You know? Alright, the Grand Drape of the Exiles. Jedi wall hangings. Oh, it's tailoring craft. It doesn't look transparent, though. Which is making me think that that's not what they did. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe they did somehow. I don't know. I'm leaning toward, though, unfortunately, that I think it's just Photoshop. And that is very frustrating. There's so many builds that I see, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's such a cool effect. How did you do that? And then I'll watch the video, or I'll just look more closely, and I'll be like, oh, you didn't do that. That's not what it looks like at all. You just went into Photoshop and messed around. That's cheating. That's not fair. Not to like represent it as what your build looks like is why it's not fair. You can do whatever you want in Photoshop. I don't care. But don't pretend like that's what your build looks like. Alright, so I really want... I mean, ideally, I'd like to have a flat entrance, but if I move this out of the way, then the way to get into the house is going to be obscured, and people won't know how to get into the house. So I have to leave that there, because they don't offer you a flat entrance, so I can't make like a flat mansion looking thing like I want to. Alright, so we have our coops. I'm just going to pull out a bunch of things that we might be able to use. Well, maybe not everything we might be able to use, because then I'd be pulling out all kinds of stuff. Right now, we'll just focus on the general structure of the house. That like... No. What is that? Just pulling stuff out. Like I said, I don't have this pre-planned. This is I'm doing this live specifically for the purpose of experimenting. I just got the Draconic Trader's Cart from our Endeavor. It's pretty cute. It looks good. We're probably going to be making our own windows with mirrors, so I'm going to have to go farm some mirrors because I don't have very many. I think I have one of a couple different types, and that's it. Our Suramar collection is growing. It's not quite where I want it to be yet, but it is growing for sure. These trellises are so versatile. I feel like I'm passing things that I could be using. Also, I can use stuff like these tables or whatever to create more slats, rows of slats or rooftops or decorated walls. I wanted to look at that. That looks like, I mean, that could be something for sure. Same with this. And this. Can this be recolored? I believe so, because I think I've seen people doing it. What did that change? I'm not even seeing what that's changing. Okay. So that is something people are doing. I don't know where I would use that, but it is good to know that I could if I want to. There's another desk. Here's the main thing that everybody's using. Which, I mean, I don't necessarily want to copy everybody, but it is really, really good for creating a spooky vibe. This, I think, might make a really good front door. I wonder if it can be colored at all. Oh, hell yeah, it can. Alright. Nice. Nice, look at that. I don't know if I would actually do it red, but it looks good. So maybe we'll use that as our door, our front door. We got like this. That's going to be too small probably to do anything cool with. I mean, we have things like this that the sides could potentially be something. I don't know what yet. Got these Forsaken tables. I mostly want them for inside though. This chair could also be like if we put it into the wall like that or something. Could definitely be something. And then we also have these, which is a much lighter vibe of slanted roof, but it is still an option. Okay, I think that's the bulk of what we have to work with right now. And then there was something I had open for inspiration. And I don't know if I've lost it. Let me see. Have I lost it? Maybe. It was basically like the image that I wanted to use as inspiration. I think I might have closed it. No. Alright, what did I call it? It was like Vampire Mansion Cottage. Something like that. And it came up with a really cool design. Okay, I found it again. Hold on and I'll show you guys. Open image. Well, it's not very big, but let me pull it up in the browser. Alright, so can we make this bigger? Well, that's kind of blurry, but yeah, there you go. So this is kind of my inspiration vibe, including the red in the windows. Maybe I'll even try to do something like that. I'm not necessarily going to try to keep this exact shape, but that's kind of what I'm going for. And this does have the front walkway. I wish we had more arches, because then I could try to copy that front door, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Let me pull it up on my other monitor. That's how I lost it in the first place. It's because I pulled it off into its own window, and then I went through to kind of clean windows up. And because it was in its own window, I was like, yep, don't want that. All right, so I want to expand the house this way. And I want to expand the house this way, but more this way than the other. But I want to keep some accessibility to this window because I want the glow as much as possible anyway. I want to preserve the natural glow as much as possible because you don't have a lot of items that glow, because they didn't want lights. So what can we do to kind of, because if I just slap, so let's say I go in here and I grab one of these, and this is what I had started. I already had this like well worked on, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the direction I was going with it, and I also wanted to reshape my house. So I just took everything down. But one of the problems I was running into is that if I want to expand the house, the only way I could think of to do it is to have these, right? But they don't match the house aesthetic right now. And the house aesthetic doesn't match what I'm really going for either. So how would I utilize this while keeping accessibility to this window's glow? We're not going to use the window itself, I don't think. I just want the glow. I guess since I'm going to be putting a door, my own door there, doing this is fine. But I probably don't want to use the big one. I probably want to use a small one. Take up as little inventory space, especially because I'm only level 1 on the Alliance side, which is, oh gosh, I literally just got rid of that. I'm only level 1 on my Alliance house. I didn't realize that those had different levels. And I don't entirely know how I'm supposed to level up my Alliance side. But my Horde side's not leveled up hardly at all right now, and so I don't really want to, like, I assume the way you do it is you go into your housing thing and then switch what your active neighborhood is. But I don't really want to switch what my active neighborhood is because I'm still so far behind on leveling my Horde house, and that's like my main house. This is my theme house. That one has a theme too, but this one's more of like my playhouse. And that one's the more serious one that I'm actually using for my characters and all that kind of stuff. So, how do I level up this house? Okay, so we could do something like that. And I mean, that does work. How much? Okay, so that barely fits. Right, I was thinking if it was a lot taller than it was wide, I would just flip it on its side, but it's not. Can you still get to the door this way? If I have something blocking it, does it still allow you to get to the door? Let's find out. Let's come out of here. Oh yeah, you can still click the door through that. So, what would I do then? So we've got our overhang here. We can use that as a natural overhang. And then, how would I make my window? Because I want a more spooky window. I don't want this like nice little warm country cottage vibe. That's not what we're going for. Oh, these like bars. This out, maybe. I mean, I kind of like it, but it's a little haphazard. I want this to look like a mansion, not look like it was just thrown together. Let's see what else we've got. I need something transparent too. So it's got to be see-through. Whatever it is that we use. Is that one a little more uniform? No, it's just bigger. I wonder how much the people who are making these builds do this, or if they are just, if their minds just work in the right way where they go, okay, this is what I'm trying to build, and then they just kind of know. I can't imagine that that would be the case. Imagine they also have to sit here and just kind of scroll through stuff to find something that'll work. I mean, can we recolor these? Oh, hell yeah. Oh my goodness. Guys. Guys. Okay, no, I think we're onto something here. I think we're onto something, and I am excited about it. Is this the little gem in the center? Yes, it is. Hell yeah. Is that going to be my brightest red? Yeah, that is. I'm trying to see if there's anything that's going to look more red in this lighting than the actual red. No. Alright, that looks cool as hell. Oh, I don't have Horde Red. Dang it. Okay, we'll not apply the Horde Red right now. We will apply the Obsidian Black. Yeah, I think this is exactly what we want. This is exactly what we want. These are going to be such good windows. And I can have so many of them. Sorry, still sick. I did 2 COVID tests today, even though I'm like mostly done with it, but I was just curious if that's what I had. And they both came back negative. So I don't know if it's that I didn't have COVID or if it's because I'm on the mend. I don't think I did, though. I think it was just a cold. But I had a lot of the COVID symptoms. I just only had them for like, I don't know, half a day for most of them, and not even at the same time. So it was a little bit of a weird illness. That works really well. But I don't know how I'm going to do the facade around it. Give me a second. I need a drink. Okay, I think I'm better. Sorry. That was like a combination of me coughing, but then I was trying not to cough, so then I swallowed wrong. So now it's not even like me necessarily coughing because I'm sick. It's because I swallowed wrong trying not to cough. Ugh. Anyway. Alright. Make that bigger. And put that in place. Oh, I'm so glad that I stumbled across that trellis. I think that is my perfect window there. All nice and black like that. Hell yes. We're going to have to figure out what to do here, though, and up here, because I can't have that gap, and I don't necessarily want to sink this in there like that, but I guess I will if I have to. It means I'm going to have to go do a lot of furniture farming, though. Oh my goodness, hold on. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I was trying to say it means I'm going to have to do a lot of furniture farming if I want to level up both my horde house and then come here and level this up so I can actually properly make this mansion, because I'm going to need a lot more space, especially once I get inside, but also out here. You guys, I'm dying. I'm actually legitimately dying. Don't mind me. I mean, the other option is that I sacrifice the lighting back there that I was trying to keep. I mean, that was the plan. But I knew I wasn't going to keep every single window. I do really want to keep the light from those chimneys, though, because it's more of a redder orange. And so I want that. I want those to be windows. Or some kind of opening so that that glow will come through. So I guess I can just do that. And that works fine. But my other idea was to do this. And just hide the window. Is that tilted wrong? It seems tilted weird. I'm so sorry about the coughing. Maybe let that be back a little bit. And then what do I do with my lights? Put some kind of probably not this, but right now we're experimenting, we're playing. No, that's too far back. What happens if we make this much bigger? Much, much bigger. I was really kind of hoping for like a full-on just glow as opposed to kind of this smoky effect. It's not the worst, I just don't think I want it there. Not on my first floor window, you know? Almost deleted the wrong thing. Alright, what about anima? Because I want the red glow. That's what I'm trying to achieve right now, in case that's not clear. Is I really want a red glow in these windows. I went and specifically farmed what I needed for these items. I mean, this might be a little bit more along those lines. I'm going to need more of these. I'm going to need to make a lot more of these. But that is definitely closer to what I was looking for. So yeah. Like that kind of effect in the windows. I might still need a mirror back there. Or something. I don't know, maybe I won't. What happens if we move this? Maybe I don't want the window back there. Alright, what happens if we change this to none? Go back here. How many mirrors do I have? I have 5 of these bad boys. 5, 3, 3. Okay, so this one only takes... And it's more of an arch shape, so that actually might help me out. I think it needs to come forward a bit. Might have to make my window smaller, and I don't want to make my window smaller. But in order to hide the sides of the mirror. I think I have to make it smaller. I mean, that's not the worst. And then my anima canister is back there. Come on. Oh, I almost selected it. There we go. I wonder how silly people look, like, sitting here. I haven't actually stumbled on anybody who was actively making their house. I've stumbled on people who are in their house or puttering around the yard, but I haven't, like, sat there and seen, like, this mess that I've got sitting out here where I'm clearly very actively building my house. I haven't seen that. And I'll bet it looks silly. Okay. Alright, I gotta go because I set that to exactly the amount of time I would need to actually go and pick the puppy up on time. Because if I don't pick him up on time, I will get charged extra. Like, not picking up your kids on time. So, I may be back tonight. I may not. I don't know if I want to leave this mess on my lawn. But I also don't want to lose my progress. So I think I might just leave this mess on my lawn. If you watched, thanks for watching.